What's up, family? Salute to the fam. Salute to the fam, man. Just dropping on in for a quick minute like I like to do. Sipping on some coffee this morning. Thought I'd just chop it up with the fans real quick. I'm going to be in, I'm going to be out. You know what I'm saying? Want to speak on some things. So, first off, it's another day to be great. I want everyone to know that. Go out there and be great. What are you doing, man? You're sitting around while the sun is shining and the birds are singing and they're chirping and all that stuff. And you just sitting around letting your day and life just pass. You need to get up and get out there and do something. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Enjoy the day, man. Put a smile on your face. Put a smile on somebody else's face. You know what I mean? But what I want to talk about is damn, I just realized that this was done on private. This was supposed to be a live stream. But what I wanted to talk about was the interview last night that went down between Barbershop Conversations and Bob ARUM. Salute to Barbershop Conversations. I seen the interview that he did with Bob ARUM, and great job, bro. Great job. First off, first and foremost, everyone out there, get this man his credit. If y'all are boxing articles and y'all quote hunters, give the man his credit. Don't speak on this man's interview without giving the man credit. I'm not like a lot of y'all YouTube weirdos out here that I don't know. I don't operate in a lot of y'all world. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I speak on someone, I give them credit. You know what I mean? Full credit. You know, y'all dudes run around scared to say people's name. No, I don't want to say his name. I don't want to give him no shine, no exposure. Y'all dudes weird as hell out here, dog. I don't operate in the same world as you cats. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say this. Great interview, Fred. That is one of the best interviews that I've seen done on Bob ARUM in quite some time. I mean, you stretched it. You pushed him as far as he can go. You went into areas that most would not even go into. And that's why I love watching when Slim do interviews, man. Real spill, you know what I mean? But good job, man. Good job. So I'm just going to take a few points. I'll leave a full link in my description box of the full interview. Check the link in the description box for the full interview. It'll take you to there and give you everything you want to know. So I'm not going to play no audio, and I'm not going to give you everything from the interview. I'm just going to give a couple little points that I just want to just kind of touch on because we've been talking about it here on the channel. The thing is this, man. First off, I was right about Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. I was 100% right. You know what I'm saying? Just like I told everybody, man, this is all fluff talk, hype talk. For those who've been rocking with the homie, y'all know we've been here. So when y'all see everyone else getting here, just say welcome. That's all you can say. You know what I mean? But we've been preaching this since the Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney situation is how the DAZN and Matchroom side don't do enough for Devin Haney. And all of these offers supposedly being sent back and forth and all that, Bob ARUM, just let it be known. It's all crap. Unless me and Eddie is talking, it ain't nothing worth. It ain't, everything else is just all crap. And Bob ARUM let it be crystal clear known that according to him, at least, Eddie Hearn seems like that he doesn't have an appetite. He's never presented anything for Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. There's not even really been any talks. Bob says, I talk to him every week. Then we ain't even talking about it. They talking about other fights. And y'all can go over to Barbershop and see what fight he's talking about. But he's talking about other fights. So I'm like, yo, man, nothing is even being discussed. But I see the fighters out here chipping and chirping and chirping and chipping. Got y'all all hyped up. Got y'all turned all up and all that. Ain't nothing really going on for real. I told y'all before, man. Y'all need to use common sense as boxing fans and stop reading through the fluff. You got to ask yourself at the end of the day, can Devin Haney make any sort of moves? He can't make no moves without Eddie Hearn, correct? And is Eddie Hearn incentivized to give Devin Haney this humongous fight for all of these belts when he doesn't have much time left, possibly on that side of the street? That's what Devin Haney, Eddie Hearn is looking at. And that's one of the keys. So I just think that, honestly, man, and if they try to maneuver Devin Haney towards any other fights, you need to watch yourself over there, man. You need to watch yourself and watch them judges. I'm just saying. You got that belt, you know, you got to watch things, bro. That's all I mean. So he kind of verified what we've been already saying on this side where ain't nothing moving right now, man. And I told y'all before that I believe that the Teofimo Lopez Cambosa stuff is real talk because of the Australian market. And if that doesn't work out, then Bob is going to look to do in-house things. He's going to look to move maybe Teofimo to 140 and get him in that Ramirez-Taylor situation, maybe even a Vasyl Lomachenko. But I think he wants Vasyl Lomachenko fed to Shakur, though, in the end of the day. But that could be a route also. Unless big money comes from somewhere for Teofimo and all of those belts, Bob is not going to let that happen. You got to come with that money. That's why I was telling people when Your man, what's his name? Teofimo's father talking 4 million and all this other stuff. That's stupid. Bob Arum ain't paying that no attention. You ain't gonna, dog. I bet you he was chuckling and laughing to himself like, you went from 10 million to 4 million. What kind of business sense is that? First off, these fighters don't do the business. And I want to say something, this is something I need to keep in mind, because I told myself one of the things that I'm setting on the channel is that I'm stopping blaming these fighters. I'm not doing that no more. I need to get out of that, and I'm trying to break that habit. I don't want to keep blaming these fighters. It's their outfits, man. We keep running around saying, when y'all see these fighters saying, oh, I'm going to send you something, or I'm going to send you that, you ain't sending nothing, bro. Or I'll pay you this, or I'll pay you that, or I want to fight that person. You ain't doing none of that stuff, bro. You signed on the dotted line to let someone else do all that for you. And that's just the facts of the matter. It's good that fighters try to make fans believe that they have some sort of power to make fights and bring them together, but that's not the case. Let's just call it what it is. Now, I want to take something back that I said on the channel also, and that's pertaining to the same subject, and that is about Errol Spence Jr. The thing is that I said that Errol Spence Jr. created the street known as Bud Street. I got that video, and I, don't get me wrong, he is the first one to really come at Bud like that, like, my side of the street type stuff, but I got to remember that he's just taking orders from someone else. They created these streets. These promoters created the streets. The day that the streets got created is when promoters take network money. That has nothing to do with the fighters. It obligates that promoter's brand to that network, which then in turn obligates that fighter to the network, which then in turn they are now being paid by a network, which means they got to take marching orders, which means that the networks decide whether to send you across the street or not, because they're paying you. You know what I'm saying? So these promoters, when they take network money, remember when I always talk about this, when PBC first got on board, they were paying for time slots. They were much more free. They can move to any network they wanted. We seen PBC on several networks at that time: ESPN, NBC, Fox, Showtime. They were everywhere because they were paying for time slots. They were much more free. They were masters of their own destiny. And then PBC in the following year, having to make a return, well, they took network money from two networks at that. And now they obligated to Fox and Showtime, right? That's created the street. Well, of course, PBC is not a promotional outfit, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? They're supposedly some sort of brand or management outfit or something like that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they operate as if they are promoted. They just kind of skirt certain lines. You already know how it goes. So, you got Top Rank, they took ESPN money, right? You got Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they took Sky Sports money, and he took DAZN money, right? And you got Al Heyman and PBC that took Fox and Showtime money. Thus, that's why you have streets. Those have nothing to do with the fighter. And I need people to understand that crystal clear. So when I hear Earl say, yo, man, I'm on my side of the street, that's him taking orders from somebody. Because you can't make a street, bro, because you ain't got the deal. Your boss got the deal. I want to hit on this real quick. The Keith Thurman situation. Now, I heard Bob Arum during the interview say, yo, bro, they said that something to the effect of a representative, not actually Keith Thurman. He said a representative of Keith Thurman reached out to him, and they came out and said they wanted to make a Terrence Crawford fight. After the first debacle of Keith Thurman asking for $10 million. So they came back, and Bob Arum said his word to him was to come give me an offer, give me a term sheet. And so Bob Arum allegedly is waiting on a term sheet from Keith Thurman and his people. Now, I'll believe it when I see it. Sounds good. All of this talk always sound good. You know what I mean? I'll say it like this, man. First and foremost, I find this hard to believe because Keith Thurman being out of the ring as long as he have, we know Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman ain't coming back to no super duper threat like that first fight back. I don't think, unless the money is just something that he just cannot turn down at all. I will always say, if Bob Arum was smart, maybe he is. Now is a good time to catch Keith Thurman. Remember what Manny Pacquiao did. Manny Pacquiao caught Keith while he was between fights and ballooning up in weight. No one charged Manny Pacquiao for catching Keith while he was in his off time or anything stupid like that, because a lot of us believe that you stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. But at the end of the day, no one faulted Pacquiao for catching a blown up Keith. Would anybody fault Terrence Crawford for fighting Keith coming off a long layoff? Possibly. But at the end of the day, Keith Thurman, what you need to do, bruh, give Terrence an offer he can't refuse. $3, $4, $5 million. I think that is more than reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Even in a pandemic. So my thing is, come out with something like that if you real talk. But if you coming back out, okay, well, I asked for 10 now, I just want 9.5. Nah, bro, we ain't going for that. Keith Thurman, you got an opportunity here, clearly. If Bob Arum is listening, you know what I'm saying? If they're listening, if he's listening, then come up with something respectable. Bob Arum said something like, to the effect of, about the $10 million, where was I going to find half of that for Keith Thurman? Where was I even going to get half of that? Keith Thurman made $8 million against Manny Pacquiao on pay-per-view. Now, I think $3 to $4 million guaranteed for Keith plus some back-end money if they do it on pay-per-view is respectable. If they don't do it on pay-per-view and it's going straight on ESPN, $3 to $4 million guaranteed for Keith. I think you can wrap that in. I don't know if that's too expensive for Bob, but Bob got to understand, bro, you got to pay for this quality, bro. If you want that Reggie, go down the street. You go get that Reggie, man. This these alien cookies right here, bro. Like these joints is like that. You know what I mean? If you want to pay for this quality, guess what, homeboy? You got to pay. You ain't getting this for the cheap. So Bob has got to understand, bro. But I wonder how much, once again, we can talk this talk as boxing fans, but you got to understand these promoters. And we know Bud Crawford's allegedly contract situation ending in October 2021. How much of an appetite is Bob Arum going to have to pay big money for big fights if he thinks he's going to lose Bud? These are things that got to play out. These are things beyond the fans' purview, believe it or not. You know, this is why I always say that deals are not made to be done on social media. Now, if they want to get on platforms and go at each other, I knock you out, your jab ain't fast enough, my defense too tight, that's one thing. But to get on here and say, okay, I'll give you 4 and you give me 5. All right, I'll send the contract and blah, 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 blah. And you get on YouTube and you doing that, ain't nothing moving, bro. These promoters don't operate that way. They don't need their business in the street. These fighters are talking about other people's money. See, these fighters got to understand. I always say it's good to be in control of your destiny, but you got to become a certified star before you do that and take charge of your career. Look at Canelo. You got to become a certified attraction, which means you got to fight the fights that matter. And once you do and you get those wins under your belt, then you can take charge and take your career by the horns. But Keith Thurman, man, you got to come respectable. And Bob Arum got to understand, in order for me to make something happen for Crawford of quality, yes, I may got to pay a couple more dollars. It's a great fight. It's a great fight. I don't think Keith does it, though. I think it's talk, you know what I'm saying? But this talk got initiated by Arum. And salute to Fred for bringing this out of him. We'll see. I would love to see that fight. But Keith Thurman, you know, you got to do just like everybody else when it comes to Bud, bro. You got to bring it down some. You ain't a champion no more. You know what I'm saying? You used to be the man, but you ain't the man no more. Now you going after a belt and possibly the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. You know what I'm saying? You got a window, bro. You never gave Bud no chances when you were champion. You ain't even want to entertain him. Now Keith is the one that created the term WB no. That was Keith. So you never gave that man a chance today, bro. When you were a unified champion, you said he was too small. You said he ain't beat no one. You said no one cares about his belt. You talked seriously bad about Terrence Crawford. But as boxing fans, we can't get stuck on that because we want to see good fights, right? So you talked a lot of trash, bro. So let's see you come correct now. All that trash you talked back in the day, avoiding Terrence Crawford back in the day. Now you the guy that's on the supposed B side. Let's see you humble yourself and say, you know what? Just give me something that I'm worth, and I'm going after the biggest opportunity that I got available right now. Let's see you come correct like that, Keith. You cut your hair. You say you got a new attitude. You're walking around with the scoop ball haircut. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's goody, bro. Let's see what's really good. I hope it comes to fruition, and I hope Keith's side come correct, most importantly. But I find it hard to believe. Keith Thurman, Mr. Bruises of the bone bruises, and everything is bruised under the sun, and I need a tune-up fight for everything. This was a tune-up year. This was a get-back year gone wrong. That Keith Thurman is going to fight Terrence Crawford after being out of the ring so long. Okay. All right. And coming off of what? Did he do another surgery or something like that too? Like, all right. Okay. I see it. I believe it when I see it. Believe it when I see it. But good interview by Fred of Barbershop Conversations, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's hard to believe any of these fighters that's out here that's signed to a network or that's obligated to a network. It's hard to believe anything they say. They don't have the power to move those mountains. they're getting paid. You know what I mean? They're working for someone or something, which means that they got to wait and what they tell them. And they can present certain things to the network, and the network can okay it. But if it ain't in that network's interest, or if it ain't in that promoter's interest, well, I don't know how much strength that the fighter really has in that situation. I got to get up out of here. The dog got to go out, man. Much love to the fam, and I catch up with y'all real soon. And I see y'all soon on We Talking Boxing. Salute to everyone in Mainman's Boxing Forum. Until the next video. I thought this was live, fam. I had it on private, you know what I'm saying? Rushing to sit down and do this. And God dang it, forgot to take it off private. But I got to keep it pushing. Much love to the fam. To the next one. Peace out.